Welcome to the channel. I'm excited to be talking to you a little bit about Daryl Dixon. The Book of Carol, episode 1 just landed on AMC Plus. So if you haven't checked it out, you should. I'm kind of excited to talk a little bit about the show only because I've been a fan of The Walking Dead. I'm actually in Nazaré, which is a surf town in Portugal. So you get a little view where I'm at. So if you hear, you're gonna hear waves, probably a couple other things too, but a lot has happened, obviously, in the last episode. We see Daryl kind of sort of in this predicament of going back home. And, you know, there was a big part of me personally when I watched the last episode, that he would eventually get back to the States, but that didn't happen. And then in this episode, we kind of pick up where we left off, and it's kind of cool. You know, Daryl's developed this really interesting relationship with Laurent, and he's training him to fight walkers. There's other people that agree with his method and him training him, and then there's Lucien who doesn't. He's trying to get Daryl to stop training Laurent, so which is kind of just weird. It's like, why not prepare the kid for the world that they're living in already? Meanwhile, Carol's in the US, and she's the one that actually is thinking about Daryl and wants to get to him. I think the journey that Carol kind of gets thrusted into is one that I've probably been wanting her to get into, which is of her trying to deal with her trauma and her grief. I felt like during all the episodes of The Walking Dead, when she was on the show, Carol didn't really deal with stuff, and so it was really cool to see. I mean, I think she did to some extent, I'll say that, but I think it was interesting to see her kind of go back to the place where Sophia died. That I remember that when that aired in season 2, I believe it was so shocking and so disturbing, and not what you wanted to see. Obviously, it was like one of those deaths that you just don't forget, right? And certainly, you know, I wasn't ready for a Sophia flashback, and we never forgot it. I don't think we ever forgot it. I don't think the fan base ever forgot it. Carol certainly didn't forget it either. And so a new guy gets introduced. His name is Ash. I think he's cool. I like him. I like what he does. I like that he has skill sets that are going to come in handy for Carol and the journey that they take to get to France. It sucks that Carol lied to him, though, not once but several times, and I just feel like this is an interesting way to get this relationship started. Foundation is on a lie, and so I don't know how that's gonna pan out later on in the series, but I certainly feel bad for Ash. He lost a son. Carol gets to convince him to go to France, to take her to France, because he has a plane, conveniently, with a ton of ethanol, also conveniently. Although a lot of that gets blown up because of the storm that comes in, and they have to deal with a slew of walkers. So anyways, back to Dixon, back in France, where he's having to deal and square off with the lady witch. I like to call her that. And lucky for her, the plan that they had initially didn't pan out. The truck didn't blow up, but for her, it did, and she got away. So she survives another day. So yeah, I think overall the episode was okay. I wasn't like, I don't know, to be honest, I wasn't very like emotionally, except for the flashback, I wasn't very emotionally drawn to the episode and the story of the episode. And maybe that's just because I think overall season 1 was okay. It just, I don't know what's lacking with it, honestly. There's not a lot of emotional charge to some of these scenes, to the story, and I'm sort of worried about the beginning of this, and where, I mean, we kind of open up and the series, and I don't know what I wanted, but I definitely didn't want Daryl training Laurent, you know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of like, okay, it's such a weird way to open up season 2, you know? It's like the first scene should be something deeper. I don't know if bigger is a word. I don't know if emotionally charged is a word. I don't know what it is, but like that first frame coming back after, you know, having the hiatus, just felt kind of lacking something. I don't know. So what do you guys think? I certainly felt like it lacked. I think it was an okay starter of the series of season 2, but it does make me wonder where we're going. I think the Carol storyline is going to be very interesting and very nuanced, and I'm excited for that. The Daryl thing, I just don't know. But anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Like this video, and let me know what you thought of episode 1 of season 2.